What is up, T.O.Gs? Well, before I get this video started, I wanted to do a little check-in with everybody. My family's doing well under the circumstances. We have only been taking one trip a week to go shopping. We still take our clothes over to my parents' house, but with as little exposure as we have to the outside world, as my wife and I work from home. We work from home remotely right now because of the situation, not because we work from home all the time. That would be amazing. But we're doing okay. My parents are doing okay. I hope that everything in your worlds are going relatively well. Again, you know, you can only say things are going so well. I know that for people who are introverted and don't need that constant or that consistent contact with other people, it's not as bad to be shut in. But for people like myself who, even though I like my alone time, it's been hard. I'm really lucky to have my family with me to be there and to talk to and to have that contact. But I know there's a lot of people struggling, so if you're one of those people, I feel for you. So one of the things I've been struggling with, though, is getting into a routine of staying active. You know, when you're shut in all day, and you know, the most walking you do is probably from the bathroom to the kitchen, or the bathroom to the living room, or vice versa. I don't know why I had bathroom first. I'm not coming from the bathroom all the time. But yeah, staying active. So I've made it a point to work out every other day in my house, which is what I usually do. It's just so hard because I'm so inactive. So my wife and I also, we try and go out during times when we think there'll be less people out walking, because there are definitely less people walking, period. But we try to get out when it's really remote, and we've succeeded pretty well. We probably, out of all the walks that we've taken since this whole thing happened, we've probably only seen a dozen people. And you know, we're likely to see a dozen people when we go out for a walk normally. So you know, it's been a couple weeks, and that's pretty good. Pretty good because I like that people are staying home and they're doing what they should. People are following the rules, and I know in California it's probably a little bit different than in other places, but I'm proud of my state. I'm proud of my city, and we're doing what we can. But that's not what I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to bring a little bit more levity to the situation and talk to you guys about something that I wanted to talk about at the beginning of the year, but just never really got around to it because me being busy with my show and then being busy with the other show that I had coming up. So I don't know if you followed me on Instagram, you know that on New Year's Eve I found a dog. It was almost midnight. I was actually doing some editing on a video that I wanted to get out for New Year's Day, and so I didn't make it out to our little gathering until like 10:45. I think it was like 10:45. I was on my way over, making my way over to a friend's house that lives down the street, and sure enough, I'm riding on the hoverboard. If you guys haven't seen that video, check it out. It's a little bit of fun for you guys. Riding the hoverboard on over to my friend's house, and lo and behold, I hear like clickety clack, like there's something chasing me. And my first thought was go faster, because if it's a big dog, you know, and he's chasing you, you just never know. So I just turned around the best I could because I was on my hoverboard, and I'm not a professional or anything. So I turned around, and sure enough, it's just a little dog. So I stop, and he's just super friendly. And I was able to pick him up because he was so friendly. And I walked around the block a couple times to see if anyone was looking for a dog, which would be weird, right? If you lost your dog and you knew you lost your dog at 11 o'clock on New Year's Eve, you would be out looking for him. But there was no one looking for this dog. We took him into my car, and we drove around the neighborhood to extend the search a little bit to see if anyone was looking. We stopped some people who looked like they were maybe leaving a party, a New Year's party, and nobody was looking for this dog. So my New Year's Eve was spent taking care of a little dog who had gotten out. You know, there's guns going off. People like to shoot off their guns on New Year's Eve, and there's fireworks and firecrackers, and dogs are frightened. So this dog was frightened. It was shaking. You know, it was cold too. So I spent New Year's night sleeping on the couch with a strange dog. And this is unlike something that I've ever done. If you watch my channel, this actually happened not too long ago, where I found a dog and stayed the night with him until we could take him to the shelter the next day. But the next day was going to be the next day was a holiday, so even then we wouldn't be able to find where he was. So we posted it on social media that we found this dog, and sure enough, somebody spoke up. And that's so awesome, because we've done this before, where we put it on social media and nothing happens, and that's when we have to take him to the shelter. But anyway, found the owner, delivered him home the next day. Oh, and the end of the story is a happy ending. So I thought, what a way, and it's starting to rain here. You can see that on my face shield. It's okay, it's just a little drizzle. So anyway, happy ending to this story. And I thought to myself, you know, what an awesome way to bring in the new year. It was the first of the year, and I helped bring a dog home who had gotten out when it was definitely a frightened dog, just kind of running around the neighborhood looking for someone to help him out. And like I said before, oh, that was a nice sized hawk coming down. So I felt like this is going to be a good year, you know. I felt good about the way this year was starting. Sure enough, not long after that, I auditioned for a show for a really epic role to play, and I got the role, and things were going really well. And going back to what we started with about what's going on in the world today, people being quarantined in their houses, and you know, it's just a really unknown situation. We don't know when this is going to end. We don't know how many people are going to be affected and how many people are going to die from this. So for me to have had this experience at the beginning of the year, I really felt like this was something that meant something. And for me to have a lot of good luck up until the point where everything went south, I thought, still, we can make the best out of this year. Despite the things that are going on in the world right now, and despite the tragedy and all these things, not only can I, but all of us, we can help people. It was awesome. Before I left on this little ride to shoot some video, I heard a couple of my neighbors who, you could tell they're not close, they're not friends or anything, but they were asking each other if they had everything that they need. And they both said, if you need anything, please let me know. And it was just one of those things where, you know, people are looking out for each other. And I'd like to think that I'm one of those people. It's hard for me because we're not going out. All the contact I have is with the people that I know on social media. So I don't have that, like, I'm wandering around seeing people in need. But what we can do at this point is reach out to people that maybe we haven't talked to in a while. And I alluded to this in my prior video when I talked about the things that are going on, that we can reach out to people that we haven't talked to in a while, or people that we know might need help. And if you're a member of a religious group or a church, I know that there are probably avenues for you to reach out to people that you know, that are less fortunate or that you don't know so well. But if you're not part of a church, you're not part of a group where you have this network of people you can reach out to, there are definitely ways to do that. I will leave a couple of those in the description, so if you want to help out. I know right now the Red Cross is talking about there being a really big blood shortage because people can't go and give blood. So, you know, being available for that, I don't know how you'd be available for that right now, but if you could do everything that you can right now to help somebody else, it's just going to make things easier. And I will say this, just to be an advocate, the really simple way that you can contribute positively to this situation, the simplest way for you to do that is to stay home. I know there may be those of you out there who are struggling financially with everything that's going on, and that I get, and it might be harder for you to stay home, but as much as you can, as frequent as you can, and as long as you can, stay home. Because it may be that you save somebody's life just by keeping yourself out of the network and out of out of harm's way from what's going on right now. So I would just urge you, at the very least, if you can't and you're not able to help out that way, is to stay home, to take care of yourself, wash your hands, and just be safe and be careful. I didn't want to or think that I would make another one of these videos like this during this event, but it's hard to kind of just skip over that. So hopefully, I hope that you're all doing well. I hope that you all are getting the things that you need. All of my positive energy that I can, I'm sending out to all of you. And I hope that this is all over much sooner than later. Alright guys, that's all I've got for you today. If you like this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up down there, which is the like button. And if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button. Guys, if you're out there riding, be safe. And please be safe anyway. I'm that one guy, and I am out.